Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, call hello Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Of course, double honors once again go out to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who through the Holy Spirit continue to give us this truth. All right, this is Nam of the DC camp, and you know, it comes to a point. Uh, of course, we're out there on the highways and byways, uh, trying to tell everyone that will listen that these people always had an agenda when it comes to depopulation. And people laughed and mocked. Shut the hell up. You lazy bombs, etc., etc., etc. Okay. But yet, more things like this come out, and this can only be because frustration is setting in for these elites. Things aren't going as smoothly as planned. All right. Anyway, this came from Radar Online. All right. And it says Prince William accused of racism and hypocrisy following cringeworthy speech about the human population of Africa. Okay. It says the 39-year-old grandson of England's Queen Elizabeth II is being ripped to shreds on Twitter after remarks he made at the Tusk Convention towards awards went viral. William, a longtime advocate for combating climate change and saving the planet, and all this shit's just a front. All right, I hope you realize that by now. All right. Now they got that. What's that? Well, not a child anymore, but what's her name? Thornburg, Greta Thorn, or some Sweden or somewhere up there. It says they called for the natural world to be protected from the impact of human beings in a way that left many people uncomfortable, offended, and outraged. Because you're not addressing the real problem. The real problem is you motherfuckers greed. All right. Your corporations and companies that are doing the pollution. Yet you got people out here wearing face diapers. You're really telling them that they're the problem, but a lot of them too stupid to understand what's really going on. All right, and it says article continue. It says during the ceremony, which was held last week in London, William handed out prizes to leading conservationists from African nations, telling the audience the increasing pressure on Africa's wildlife and wild spaces as a result of human population presents a huge challenge for conservationists, as it does the world over. See, what they really want, let me see if I can get it real quick. What they really, 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 really want, and it's been there for at least 4 decades. Let me see here. Hold on. Nope, that's not what I want. Hold on. Where the hell did that come from? Let's see. All right. And again, people laugh when I pull this up. You're gonna see what I'm talking about. Uh, all right, here we go. The Georgia Guidestones. Here they are. It says the Georgia Guidestones are a granite monument erected in 1980 in Elbert County, Georgia. All right. And let's see. Profiles. There it is. It's called the Doomsday Stonehenge. That's another uh, way to reference it. They stand 19 feet 3 inches. All right. Opening date March 22nd, 1980. It says they're about 90 miles east of Atlanta, 45 miles from Athens. All right. So it's let's see. Here it is. The the anonymity of the Guidestone's authors. Mm-hmm. and their apparent advocacy of population control, eugenics, and internationalism have made them an object of controversy and conspiracy theories. There's no conspiracy theory. All right? You could say that, but again, what idiot is aware of what's going on now and would call that a conspiracy theory? Wow. Of course, you can, go into further, but it's pieces of shit like, these are not the original royals, but people like this because, and in that it says, that's actually what I was trying to, but they want to run you through all this. Let's see, description, hold on. Let's see. Here it is. Maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature. And now you know what that quote that he issued means. Guide reproduction wisely, improving fitness and diversity. Unite humanity with a living new language. See, when we talk about New World Order, this is what it's talking about. Unite humanity with a living new language. Rule passion, faith, tradition, and all things with tempered reason. Protect people and nations with fair laws and just courts. Let all nations rule internally, resolving external disputes in a world court. Avoid petty laws and useless officials. Balance personal rights with social duties. This sounds like something those fake Jews, the agenda that they had. Amalek. Or what is it called? Oh, man. Oh, I know. Hold on here. Let's see if I can bring it up. Oh, someone just, the Noahide laws. This thing is acting up now. Hold on. Now it's frozen. The hell? Salakia. I don't know what's going on here. Oh my goodness. Yeah, for some reason it's frozen up on me. Let's try this again. Noahide. All right. You know what? It's not going to work. I'm going to have to get another. Oh boy. All right, let's try this again. There we go. And of course, this is the 7 Noahide laws, universal morality. All right. This is Zionism, in case you don't know. All right. The Noahide laws are rules that all of us must keep, regardless of who we are or from where we come. Again, New World Order. This is a one world government type of thing. Without these 7 things, it will be impossible for humanity to live together in harmony. And you have been the problem for the last half a millennium. All right, so we know that's some bullshit. Yeah, this is it. All right, this is all pointing towards what? New World Order, people. That's all this is. And this is just, he came out of his mouth, and, that's just his frustration there. And it says, the Father, wait a minute. Continuing on, it says, but it is imperative that the natural world is protected not only for its contribution to our economies, jobs, and livelihoods, but for the health, well-being, and future of humanity. And that's code for his people. He said, we owe it to our children and future generations to act now. What did I just read? To maintain humanity under 500 million. You know it's over 8 billion people now? Oh, man. Scrolling on down. It says, article continues below. Advertisement critics of speech felt it was an attack on the continent's black population by a rich, so-called white figurehead from an institution with a colonial history. Look at this picture here. This arrogant bastard. All right. If the natives keep reproducing, there won't be as many impalas for me to shoot. Ain't that a bitch? Morally backward as this line of thinking is, one cannot help but be amused by the audacity, tweeted conservative commentator Michael Knowles. And like I said, just look at this prideful demon here. There are too many Africans is quite the position, added Franklin Leonard. All right. Wow. Prince William says mounting pressure on Africa's wild spaces as a result of human population is a huge challenge for conservatives. All right, see, the Most High said what? To fill the earth, right? That's why we keep telling you, these people are the wicked. They are juxtaposed. They are the complete opposite. They are contrary to the will of the Most High. All right? The audacity, as that one of the last guys said, of this guy right here. You know? And I want to make reference to, this is the same, all right, it says, why are white elites afraid of so-called black babies? And we're talking about this idiot once again, Prince William. He says the second in line to the British throne, Prince William, has once again caused an uproar by blaming population growth in Africa for the declining fortunes of the continent's wildlife. Many have pointed out the hypocrisy of a father of three demonizing African households for having too many babies. Others have noted that the United Kingdom is much more densely populated than any part of Africa, and that British hunters and colonial settlers have been responsible for the savage decimation of animals. Hence the hypocrisy. Not to mention the effect of global warming and climate change majorly caused by William's ancestors, countrymen, and neighbors, which may endanger between 25 and 40% of mammal species in national parks in Africa. However, little has been said about the historic discomfort of white elites with black fertility and so-called black babies. The real aim, all right, is the Israelites, not Hamites. Israelites are the threat to these devils, not Hamites. All right, so they can get away just saying black, 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 and just everybody just thinks, well, they're just talking about in general. No, there's other things going on here. All right. So they bring up the French president Macron. All right. And then they get into Meghan Markle. They call her a African American woman when she's not. She is an Edomite. And this, if you're not aware of how, just simple biology, people, you are what your father is. Pure and simple. All right. That's how things are passed on through the family line. All right, from the father, not the mother. That's some backwards ass shit there. All right, that's why they could get away with so much shit. And I'm talking about Amalek, these fake Jews, because they go by the mother's line, which makes absolutely no sense. How are you going to retract that? But that's so. That's how they could get away for so long with the lie, when you understand how that works. All right. It says the population bomb is still self-evidently correct. We believe the capacity of Earth to produce food and support people is finite. Well then, once you're gone, things can be righted, and that's in the plans anyway, according to the scriptures. Let's see. It says, wrote Paul and Anne Ehrlich in in 2009 about their influential 1968 book on the dangers of overpopulation. Now, that was during, I think it was like 5 years later, where Henry Kissinger came up with that, what is it, something 200? Um, and it would address the same issue. I can't think of it right now off the top of my head. He says they reiterated their position that there are only two kinds of solutions to the population problem. One is a birthright solution, in which we find ways to lower the birth rate. The other is a death rate solution, in which ways to raise the death rate through war, famine, pestilence, find us. Again, you see your mind's working, right? You're seeing why we're having all these diseases pop up, all right? This is all planned, all right? And even the fraudulent ones, like what's going on now, all right? It says, however, if they could collect all the Infinity Stones and snap their fingers just like Thanos, it is unlikely they would, like him, erase populations equally across the globe to achieve the optimal number of people Earth could supposedly comfortably hold. It is telling that the troubling apocalyptic descriptions in the population bomb are about teeming misery in non-white countries such as India, not in Europe or North America. You think? In the same way, the language of environmental and humanitarian concern is employed today to disguise darker fears. There you go. What do we keep telling you about Revelation 12:12? This devil knows he has but a short time. He's trying to set up his new war order now. All right? And it's not going to work. The Most High was against it back in Genesis 11th chapter with Babylon. That's not what he wants. It was never in the cards for everybody to come together. No. Again, being holy as Israel was supposed to be, that means being separate. All right. Oh boy. It says in the same language, disguise darker fears. In contrast to Africa's youthful and growing population, and despite Williams' personal efforts, the population of Europe is aging and stagnating. I was going to say that before reading that the Most High has checkmated this devil. No matter what happens, all right, when we're talking about birth rate, well, that's how the Most High got him. This shit's backfired on him. You have what's called what is that? I can't forget the so-called scientific term for it, but it works like this. Let's say you own an even kill, all right? So that means one person is born, one dies, all right? Keep that up, all right? For every, let's say, 2 people born, 1 person dies, okay? So you start increasing, the odds, you're looking good. But as soon as you dip below that, that means for every 1 person that's born, 2 people die, et cetera, et cetera. Well, at a certain point, it's irreversible, and that's what's happening to these devils now. All right, they've gone below that threshold, so they're out of here regardless. And let's see. It says within a century, the number of so-called Africans could more than triple to 4.5 billion, accounting for 2 in every 5 human beings, while Europeans will likely decline by about 100 million. By 2100, there could be 7 Africans for every European. All right, with the rise of Asian, see, this is the thing, this is their greatest fear, genetic annihilation. Doctor here in the district, well, she passed away like 4 years ago, Frances Cress Welsing. All right, she wrote the book, The ISIS Paper. All right, she for so long spoke on that. That's these devils' greatest fear, genetic annihilation. All right, being swallowed up. All right, in amongst dark, so-called dark nations. All right, Public Enemy. What was that? Fear of what was that? How they put that? I forgot it. Anyway, what it is really is fear of Israelite rulership. You know, to hell with all that black shit. I don't even like saying it. That's the real deal. All right. This devil wants that birthright back. All right, from Genesis 25. He's not gonna get it. You know, that's his whole hang-up. He wants that birthright back. It's long gone, buddy. You ain't gonna get it. You're gonna be done away with per Obadiah. All right, your ass is done. All right, because what you've done, as it goes into Isaiah 34th chapter, you had this perpetual hatred. All right, Ezekiel 25th chapter, you know, you got to go. All right, the Lord come back, Isaiah 63rd chapter. All right, like in the wine press, whole lot of people gonna die. All right, let's see. With the rise of Asian giants like China and India already supercharging white racist fears and partly driving the resurgence of right-wing extremism, see, now you know what's fueling this shit. The prospect of Europeans taking a backseat to Africans as well is undoubtedly adding fuel to the fire. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. And I'm going to enter here. You know, you can read the rest of it for yourself. I'll put it in the link in the description box. But this is so beautiful. I'm going to end it with this. This is a beautiful time to be alive. Let me go on here. This is Sirach, or Ecclesiastes chapter 25 verse 7. It says, there be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart to be happy. And the 10th I will utter with my tongue, a man that hath joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. And that's what's happening now. Hey, so with that, Shalom.